I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Ding dong, call me on my phone. Nice tea, and I'll get my ping pong. This is dead heavy, can't hear the bass, boom, I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, yeah, this beach treat like money. This go all alone, I'm into that, I'm good to go. I'm diamond, you know I glow. Hey, so let's go. 'Cause I'm in the stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Hey, shining through the city with a little funky soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite. Whoa, bring a friend, join the crowd, whoever wanna come along. Word up, top to top, just move right up the wall. There night, sky's the line, so we dance to the breakdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got the medicine, so you should keep your eyes on the ball.
This is getting heavy, can you hear the bass? Boom, I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, yeah, this bitch treat me like money. And this go all alone, I'm into that, I'm good to go. I'm down, you know I'm glow.
And let's go!
'Cause I'm in the stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire, set the night light.
Hey!
Shining through the city with a little funky soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite.
Whoa!
Light it up with dynamite. Light it up with dynamite. 'Cause I'm in stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire, set the night alight. Shining through the city with a little fucking soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite. This is so watch me bring the fire, set the night alight. Shining through the city with a little fucking soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite. Let's talk about all the things that we shouldn't talk about. Those kind of words that will change all the things we talk about. Tell me, do you ever think of us? Should I ask some more or should I stop? What if our tomorrow means that we are here together? Or what if we are taking chances just to lose it all? Am I really crazy thinking about this all together? Or have I been missing the writing on the wall? What if I say, I know, you know? What if I told you I like you? We stay, we go. What if I told you I like you? I know, you know. What if I told you I like you? We stay, we go. What if I told you I like you? What if I told you I like you? What if I told you I like you? I hear everything you're saying about us. It's not about right or wrong, it's about what we love. Would it be simple or would it be too complicated? Should I keep going or maybe? 'Cause I
morning, everyone. Welcome all of BGV Lean peers from different parts of the nation. Also, hi students belonging to the major interested in the national path. We're really glad you're accompanying us via Zoom. Today is our last day driving through International Avenue, which has been a complete opportunity to broaden our horizons, acquire new knowledge and skills. So what better opportunity to close these 3 days with today's topic. Today's conferences and activities are all about doing business in different countries, regions of the world. We are going to take you right now on a free ticket travel to Europe and get to know how business is doing in this region. Now, our project's podcast coordinator, Daniel Escalante, will proceed by sharing more information about today's conferences.
Thank you, Paulina, for this introduction. That's right. Moving on with today's conference, we will learn and gather information about business in Europe, business trends, opportunities, and understanding this market. All of this imparted by today's guest, Beata Pawlowska, an expert woman in the field whom we thank her for her time to come and share with us her knowledge. We thank you all for your presence today, and we hope you enjoy the conference that, along with our speaker, we have put together for you. And just before formally introducing our speaker, I would like to remind you that you can leave your questions for our speakers in the Zoom chat for our speaker to answer in the Q&A segment.
Okay, with no further ado, introducing our wonderful speaker from Poland to Mexico. Everyone, let's give a warm welcome to Mrs. Beata Pawlowska. Mrs. Beata Pawlowska graduated with a master's in organization and management for Warsaw School of Economics. Mrs. Pawlowska functioned up to date as Oriflame Central Europe Regional Head since 2018, addressing 400,000 active consultants, being the third biggest region within the group and develop a new strategy for Central Europe region. She has been a member of Global Business Council since 2018, President of the Board Oriflame Poland Charity Foundation since 2014, President of the Board Managing Director Poland from 2018 to 2018. She has achieved a pair nomination in awards such as 2019 Best CEO Award, Brand Me CEO by Forbes magazine, Best Manager by Institute Business, 2018 Best Corporate CEO by Success Pisane Schminka. Looking at Mrs. Pawlowska's past professional achievements, we're astonished by accomplishments being such as member of advisory board member in Brand Me CEO in 2018, member of supervisory board in Skotów Danish Crown since 2018, co-founder and chairman of supervisory board of International Leaders Forum, or the ELFO, since 2018, members of the Scandinavian Polish Chamber of Commerce since 2015, and American Chamber of Commerce in Poland since 2002. Similarly, Mrs. Pawlowska is always striving to support human talent with a cutting-edge vision and always putting into practice the importance of values, passion, and discipline. Without any further ado, we shall receive our guest with respect and being great listeners as she speaks. Since it's knowledge, it's a privilege. Thank you for coming and welcome to International Avenue.
Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. So there you go.
Buenos días a ustedes. Me llamo Beata Pawlowska. Soy presidenta de la empresa Oriflame en Europa Central. Tengo experiencia de 30 años en los negocios y en dirigir las empresas internacionales más grandes como Procter & Gamble, The Coca-Cola Company, International Paper, Royal Unibrew y Oriflame. Me siento honrada de estar entre ustedes. Quería compartir con ustedes toda mi experiencia de la práctica empresarial, especialmente en la época del COVID. Estudié, como ustedes, la gestión en la facultad empresarial y descubrí una gran pasión por construir estrategias y crear empresarias. El resto del discurso voy a manejar en inglés. Espero que encuentren algo inspirador para ustedes en mi presentación. Now I switch into English. Welcome everybody once again. Today I would like to share with you some interesting topics regarding business management in Europe, especially during the pandemic time. My lecture will consist of 4 topics. First, there are cultural differences in Europe, especially in pandemic time. Second, pillars of good leadership in pandemic. Third, new trends and challenges as a result of pandemic. And Oriflame short business case also based on 2020. Let's start with the first one. The challenges in terms of the communication in the business. I think that everybody think that Europe is unified and this is just a one continent. But in Europe, we have thousands of countries which are very different in terms of business culture. So when you will travel to Europe, it's good to know some business differences between the countries. And today I would like to talk about 4 pillars of these differences: conversation, negotiations, body language and touch, and punctuality. I would like to show the differences based on 3 different countries, which represents 3 different parts of Europe. Europe we can generally divide in 3 parts. The south part of Europe is represented by such countries like Spain, Italy, Greece, Portugal. Central Europe represented by Germany, France, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, and north part of Europe represented by Nordic countries like Sweden, Norway, Finland, but also UK, Belgium or Holland. And what about conversation, the type of conversation in these 3 parts of Europe? South part of Europe, when you are communicating with people, you are very loud, you are fast, you are speaking with the emotions, you interrupt a lot during the discussion, you gesture, you smile, you show your emotions a lot. You overlap the discussion and you would like to be listened. In central part of Europe, like in Germany, for example, we have rather a fluent conversation. We are rather exchanging the opinions. We listen to each other. We are waiting when somebody is really finishing the sentences. We are not overlapping a lot. And we are really listen to other person and helping them to finish their thoughts and conversation. In the Nordic countries, there is a very great self-control. People are very kind, they listen very carefully, they are rather slow in conversation, they make breaks, they are looking for another person if this person really understands what we are talking about. In terms of negotiations, also there are huge differences. Italy, Spain, people are very vivid and loud. They are not compromised. They just want to win. They do everything what is possible to convince the person that they are right, and they are just focused on winning. In Central Europe, the tone is rather down. We are trying to convince other person of our own reasons, but we respect people. We also listen to the other people ideas, and we are going to the win-win situation. We like to meet in the middle and feel that everybody are winning. In the north part of Europe, people are, during the negotiations, are very polite, very calm, and very considered. And the purpose of the negotiation is to work out the compromise. This is very important for the people in Nordic countries. They don't like to win for any reason and for any price. They like to really talk as long as possible, but to come up to the compromise. In terms of the body language, also there are big differences. South part of Europe, people love to touch each other. They even like to kiss each other, even the strangers. So they patting the backs, the shoulders, their gestures a lot, and they like the human touch. They smile a lot. In terms of Germany and Central Europe, occasionally we touch, but you never touch the stranger. We shake the hand, we smile, but very polite, and we are really respectful to the strangers. And if we touch somebody, we rather need to know this person, definitely not on the first meetings or official negotiations. Even if we touch, this is a slight touch on the elbow or on the shoulder. Nordic countries, the touch is even forbidden. You never touch the stranger. The touching may be even perceived as a very offensive. So you need to be very careful if you touch the person. You need to know the person very well, but never during the official meeting. Of course, you shake the hand, but also very gently. In terms of punctuality, that is very interesting because south part of Poland and Europe, being late is in a good taste. So people rather do not come punctuality because very often another meeting still lasting. So, and this is just a waste of your time if you just will come very punctual, because rather the meeting will not start punctually. In Central Europe, Poland, Germany, punctuality is absolutely required. If you are not punctual, you are showing disrespect to the people you are meeting with. So you need to arrive just on time. Very important, because then you are showing that you respect other participants of the meeting. In the north part of Europe, it is even good to be a little bit earlier, because in that way you are showing that you really respect the people. Definitely you cannot be late, because being late is absolutely disrespectful for the people. So you can lose your face or your personal branding if you are really late on the meeting in the Nordic countries. Another topic I would like to shortly discuss with you is the pillars of the good leadership, especially in the pandemic time. You know that a year ago, the world has completely changed for all of us. And you know what is important? Exactly to be a true, real person, true, real leader. Doesn't matter what business card you have. What is the title on this business card? Are you the president of the company or head of the department? Does not matter so much any longer. What really values is, are you a good, true leader or not? It becomes even more important than ever. So being good manager right now equals to be efficient, good, true leader. And what does it mean? First of all, a good leader needs to have a vision. But what is the vision? Vision is a dream. It's a place in the future where you would like to be together with your company, with your team, with your staff, with your customers. The leader needs to really create this vision. So predict the future and paint the future in a beautiful way, like a beautiful picture. Via this picture, you need to attract people to your vision, to your dream, and people will follow you if they will start loving what you're painting in front of them. But vision, it is not the numbers. Vision is a picture of the future where all of your team and you would love to be, where you will be happy and satisfied. But of course, it is not enough to have a vision. The leader needs to be also a very good strategist. What does it mean? The strategy is an action plan, very detailed action, when, who, what should be done. So you need to have a detailed plan with the tasks, with the actions, with the data, with the certain goals, with the timing, with the people responsibility for certain part of the strategy. So you should have a very detailed plan, action plan, what to do to really create the good strategy and to be able to achieve the vision. And you need to lead the people and create the strategy together with your team. Never create the strategy for the company or for the team, for the staff without the team, because people will never buy it. People will buy the strategy if they will have influence on creating the strategy. So involve people, make them feel important, passionate, but also part of a team creating the strategy. Another very important characteristic of the leader of present time is to be contractor, because leader needs to deliver the goals and the numbers. And you will deliver only when you will follow up your strategy, your action plan. You need person by person, action by action, follow that and make sure that people are implementing the strategy, that people are really working on that on a daily basis. They have a schedule, timeline, calendars, how they implement it. Because you can have a fantastic vision and fantastic strategy on a piece of paper, but if you would not implement it successfully, then you will never achieve your goals. Another thing is decision making. Leader needs to take a decision. Let's imagine last year, nobody really knew what will happen. Nobody knew what will be the future, completely new reality which we face. And you never know what is right or what is wrong. But as a leader, you need to take a decision. Because sometimes the business is like a war, especially in the pandemic time. If you stay in the same place, for sure you will be hit and you will disappear in a business. So sometimes even it's better to take a wrong decision or half wrong decision than not to move from the place where you are. You need to be able to take a risk and to really implement new things and test new ideas, but move yourself and move the company in the new directions. You also need to be very courageous in taking the decision, because as a leader, truly, we never know. We have 50-50 chances if the decision will be right or wrong every time. Because now the world is changing so rapidly that even if you are studying business, even if you went through many business cases, you have a great experience, but still you don't know what will have happen when you take your own decision. But so let's analyze the data. Let's look at the market, business trends, competitors. What are the opportunities? What are your strengths, weaknesses? But at the end of the day, you are the person, and leader is the person who needs to take a courageous decision. Trying new solution, not afraid of that. You will always win when you move towards. But also leader is a talent hunter. As a leaders, we cannot win alone. There is no single leader, not single celebrity, the best actor, the best sportsman, whoever who can win alone nowadays. You can only win when you have a talented people around you, because everybody needs the people who assist, who train, who support you. So the best people you have, the better people you have, the better you will be as a leader. And the most successful leaders are surrounded by the best people they can really hunt and attract to own teams. And leader is just a team leader. People don't care what titles we have. They care about the real person, somebody they can follow, they can look at, they can trust, and they can really learn from. So leader should develop the teams, teach the teams new things, bring new ideas, challenge the teams, going out of the status quo, going out from comfort zones, really testing himself and the team in new areas, bringing new knowledge, trainings to the team to develop the team as much as possible. But leader also needs to be authentic person. You cannot be just a copy of somebody. You need to have own personality. You need to have own character, own charisma. You need to really develop your own personality. You need to be colorful. It's a person who is loved by many people, but not by everybody. And you don't care about everybody. Be yourself, create yourself, create your own values, and be authentic, because only then people will trust you and follow you, because they will also like you and really like to be with you. They will follow you. Also, especially the pandemic showed us that the good leader absolutely has to be empathic. Look at yourself. For last year, we are sitting at homes, we are working alone, separately. We cannot meet each other as much as we love to. We see each other only via these small screens. So people started to be very emotional and very touchy. People look at the leader, look at every smile, every body language, every tone of your voice, and they are very touchy about that. So the leader needs to be very careful about how he treats the people right now. The leader needs to build an ongoing connection and communication with the team, with the customers, with the staff, the people. You need to be connected. You need to be even closer than ever before. need to organize the meetings, the conferences. You need to show what's going on, update what's going on, business in the areas, what is important for your customer, for your staff. But you need also to celebrate small wins. You need make people feel important. You need to personally build communication with the individuals, people, talking to them about their private life, their health, not just about the numbers and the business. It starts to be extremely important. You need to be a person, a human being with the emotions and empathy. And at the end, leader must to be effective. You must deliver what you promises, what you are promising. You must deliver the goals. You must deliver your strategy. So let's use your strategic thinking, talent, charisma, knowledge, experience, and emotions to be effective. And together with your team, be somebody who is really fulfilling the goals. That's very important. Please remember that you will never be effective, successful presidents of the board, heads of the departments, or owners of own companies if you will not become a true, authentic leader. People are following the people, not brands, not budgets, not numbers, but true leaders. Another topic I would like to shortly cover, unfortunately we don't have so much time, so I am just trying to show you some interesting things. There are new trends and challenges for businesses as a result of the pandemic. We know that the world has completely changed. In terms of digitalization, we think that we have overcome 15 years. So it is like a shortcut to year 2035. In 15 years, the world will never be the same. We are facing new reality. So as soon as we are able to adopt, as much as we can adopt and really create under the new reality, the more successful we will be. And we all have a kind of a new opening, how to react, how to act, how to build the strategies and companies in the new normality. And something what appears during the last year, we as a human beings, we have came back to the true values. We started once again, after many years of being so focused on just earning money, delivering the goals, building the strategies, we didn't care in past so much about the values, human values, and about the people. People for many leaders, not the leaders, but many managers has been just a numbers. Now it appears that the human being is the most important value and what we really now care about. There are a few things which are very important. So when you will manage the team and the company, please remember, this is security. The security means that people would like to feel safe. So you need to create a safety environment for people. Otherwise, people will not invent, will not create, will not even deliver the business goals if they will not feel insecure. And insecurity also means security in shopping. So safety shopping, creating the environment when you as a person can feel really good. The truth is another very important value. Sometimes in the past, you can create a fantastic, pictures, futures, visions, nobody really maybe talk about very much about the truth. Nowadays, you need to be absolutely 100% honest to the people you're working with, to your customers. It's better to tell the people the hard truth, bad truth, but truth. Otherwise, people will not trust you. You will lose your brand image and you will lose the support of your team and customers. Another thing which I talked about is also empathy. You need to be human-oriented. You need to be very careful about people. You need to take care about people, celebrate with them, support them, help them, be a friend to them, try to help them in ongoing days, help them work and live. Another very important value is community. People right now, even before, because we are separated and we are living alone in small societies, just among families, we are striving for community. So we like to create groups which have the same passion, which have the same goals, which can gather together to talk, to discuss. We like to feel that we are not alone, despite the fact that we have to work alone or learn alone. We like to feel that we are surrounded by human beings. Maybe that's why it's so important for all of us to be together now in this fantastic conference. Also, another very important thing is responsibility. People need to be responsible for environment, for nature, responsible for each other. People really right now take care about each other. The brands needs to be responsible. The CSR activities started to be even more important than ever. People like to buy the brands which are supporting the medicals, the hospitals, the people. Another thing is being useful. We are right now like to use products or services which are really useful. We don't think so much right now about something which we cannot use now, today, and here. So very important value is to create a value for the staff, for the team, for the consumer, for the customer, be useful. And last but not least, mindfulness and well-being. People really start to think about themselves, how to develop themselves, how to find a life balance between work and private life, how to find the passion, something what I really like, where I really feel good. People don't like anymore to do the things which are not for them, which they don't feel are good for them. And also well-being starts to be #1 priority and value. Being healthy, staying alive, me and my relatives, my closest friends. This is what we now care about. So we start exercising, we start doing yogas, we start running, we start really taking supplementary of diets. We do the proper diets because we now know that the health is the most important value in our life. And what are the new consumer trends based on the values I've talked about, but also based on the recent researches which has been done in Europe by many companies? The very recent trends which are very valid for the consumer, which we need to think about when now we are creating new actions, programs, ideas for the companies and for our brands. First new trend is get rid of what you don't use. As you know, and you can observe, a lot of apps when you can sell the things you don't need anymore. You don't need to stock your home, house, and yourself by things you don't use. So people start selling used things and the things they don't need. Very interesting trend. Another trend is minimalism. People really stop to consume so much. Year before 2020, remember even yourself, how much you've been shopping. We've been going for shops to buy everything what we wanted. We have a dream about 25th pair of shoes or skirts, or another lipsticks, or another new iPhone. Maybe now the iPhone is important because we can connect via good applications, but we really minimalize our needs. Another interesting trend is buy only what you need and as much as you need. Overconsumption is gone. People really start to take care about the money, earnings opportunity. They count very much. So they like to buy economically, wisely, and they really buy only what they need now. They don't think about long future. Another point is buy locally and responsibly. What does it mean? It means that people prefer to buy in local shops, supporting local national companies, small enterprises, the companies they know, then international big corporations which are unknown and unpersonalized. People like to support a real human beings, people who they know. So if they know the owner of the shop, they are going to shop in this store. If they know the local brand, they rather support the local brand than the big international one. And also small businesses and not corporations, as I said, becoming more and more important for people. Another trend is make your buying mean something. What does it mean? It means that if the company and brand is very involved in CSR actions, and the brand is supporting the hospitals, the medicines, the medical people, doctors, nurses, then you like to buy this brand because you know that you also then support your social group, and also you feel good by supporting others via buying the brand which is taking many actions towards CSR. Also, what is important is that we started as a people, as a person, being most important for ourselves. So the most important is me and my relatives. I buy something only when it brings some benefits for myself and for my relatives. So I am not anonymous anymore. I like to be viewed, and I would like to be in the center, and I like to do something good for myself and for my relatives. Also, you are sufficient as you are. What does it mean? It means that we don't need to be better. We are not challenging ourselves for more and more. We started to like each other like we are, very natural, without makeups, without very expensive clothes, without gadgets. We started to be more natural in a way how we behave. And this starts to be a true value. Another thing is developing ourselves and mindfulness. As I said, it is very important right now to balance our emotions, to be self-confident, to feel safety, to really exercise yoga, to be more quiet, more connected to the nature, balance our life between striving for success in the business versus private life and time for our relatives. And also well-being. Once again, health, healthy life, healthy style life, what we eat, how we exercise, how we treat ourselves and our body started to be extremely important, because we have realized that the health and life is something what is most valuable for all of us. And last point of my presentation is a business digitalization in Oriflame as an example of a pandemic time and change we've had to do to survive as a company and as a business unit. Just the short description. Oriflame business model is based on the direct selling. It means that we are selling cosmetics and also well-being products via consultants. These are the small independent enterprises which are cooperating with the company. We are not selling via traditional or modern stores. We are not selling directly from the company via e-commerce. We are selling via our distributors, our business partners, who we call consultants. Just in Poland, we have 180,000 consultants. In Central Europe, I manage the network of over 500,000 consultants. So let's imagine. But this business model is based on the people relations, real human relations. So in the past, year ago, that was real meetings, real conferences, that was emotional meetings, very emotional business, based on the trust and personal relations. So let's imagine in March 2020, in Central Europe, we faced the total, complete lockdown. People could not travel, could not meet, could not even go out from their houses. They cannot go more than 500 meters from the house, just to the store to do the basic shopping. Everything has been closed. So in direct selling industry, in Oriflame in Central Europe, within a couple of weeks, we lost 80% of our business. Let's imagine 80% of the business gone just like that within a few days. So we faced a true terrible situation, a true crisis in the business. And the question was how to revitalize the business, how to transform the traditional offline business into the online business. So what we have done, we have created a new strategy, a few scenarios, and we have started a very different actions based on 3 pillars. How we learn about transformation and how we teach the consultants to transform from offline to online, how we organize these meetings, and how we have been supportive for the people to make them be positively motivated. So first of all, if we talk about trainings, we have developed really a number of trainings where we teach the people how to organize themselves in YouTube, in Teams, Zoom, Skype meetings, how to really use the social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, how to really shoot the videos with themselves, how to present the products, how to sell the products, how to meet other consultants, how to negotiate via online, how to present themselves and the products via online. We also organized and implement a lot of business apps where people can really track their own businesses on smartphones, on iPhones, where they are with the fulfilling the business goals and tracking what their customers are doing. A huge part that was a training, how social training, social media training, and online training. We also developed a lot of digital tools and to support our consultants. We also started to organize the meetings, which usually had been run in real life. We started to run online meetings. We used to have conferences for a few hundred people up to 3,000 people in real life. Let's imagine nowadays we are organizing online conferences for 30,000, 40,000 consultants. So massive conferences. We are even more efficient in communicating with the people online than it was in the traditional way, because now people don't need to travel. They can just switch on and they can see you, they can track you, like we today. I am in Poland, in Warsaw, in my house, and you are in Monterrey, in Mexico, and we are connected. We can see each other. So business meetings, connections we have started to build. Every day the people can chat us. We have developed special chatting programs. We have developed a customer service who are calling the consultants, and they can call us. So very large part of the meetings right now are run via online. And the third part, we also remembered that the people will struggle and they will lose the positive emotions. So we have organized a special meeting. I have a special webinars. Once a week, I organize a coffee with Beata when I only talk about how to behave, how to treat yourself, how to motivate yourself and your teams, how to organize your work at home, how to recruit new consultants, how to support yourself via emotions. I also organize a special website in Oriflame when you can have a direct connection to the professional psychologists, and you can have you can take part in the psychologist presentations, or you can have individual sessions with the psychologist when the person, the doctor, can help you individually with your issues. And let's imagine year 2020 became the best ever in whole Oriflame history in Central Europe. We have achieved the best sales results. We recruited the most number of the new consultants, and we have delivered the record profitability even after 2020. So it is possible to transform the business in short term, and we have learned a lot. We are learning very quickly. We are adopting very quickly. We are adjusting the strategies, the scenarios, the actions to the present days, and we forget about the past. We think only about 2 days, nowadays, and about the future. But it is possible. So doesn't matter how maybe hard it seems to be, you can always transform the challenges into opportunities, and you can always win, but only when you are a good leader surrounded by the best team ever. Thank you very much. And now there is a time for the discussion and time for your questions, if you have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Pawłowska. It was very amazing. I think we are all very excited about the topics you just discussed. We'll be following right now the questions and answers. So we will start with some questions that are in the chat. The first one will be, so our classmate Larissa is asking about regarding cultural differences. Is there something about the dress code that we should consider?
Yes, I think in terms of dress code, it is more or less the same journey. The more north you are in Europe, the more official dress you should have. So the colors are not so colorful. As you can see, I am very colorful, but I am working in a beauty industry. So it is fine when I am meeting my customers or my consultants, but when I go out to the business meeting with the stranger, with the business partner I have never met, this is rather gray or, you know, dark blue or black costumes, business costumes, which I really wear to meet the customers. And south part of Europe is more colorful, less official, but north part of Europe is extremely official in terms of a dress code.
Okay, perfect.
Great, thank you. I also really think that's really important, considering also the industry in which we are making business, also to consider for the clothes. And following on with the next question from our classmate Hector, how difficult is it to constantly adapt to different negotiation cultures when closing deals?
You know, generally speaking, as I said, in Europe, there are 3 big parts of the differences between the countries. So when you know that you will have the negotiations with the Spanish person, then you are preparing yourself to the more Spanish type of negotiations. If you are going Sweden, my headquarters is in Sweden. So when I go to my boss and I talk to my boss, and when I would like to negotiate something with him, I am preparing myself a little bit with the different style. It is not as difficult as it seems to be. I am 30 years in a business, so I learn how to adapt my style and myself to the different people and needs. But of course, also be yourself. You don't need to change completely everything, just to have in mind these differences and be respectful to these differences, and then everything will be fine.
Okay, perfect. I think that's very important, the respect. We see this in our classes. Okay, so the next questions. What is something that can give us as students added value compared to the rest of the business and to achieve successful negotiations?
What you can do as a student? Sorry, Eva, but can you repeat the beginning of the question?
Yes, our classmate Vanessa, I don't know if she's here, if she wants to complement, but what is something that can give me or a student added value compared to the rest of the business and achieve successful negotiations?
what is very important in the negotiations is you need to be very well prepared. Never go for negotiations when you don't know what you want to achieve and what is the minimum what you want to achieve or you need to achieve. So you need to analyze the data. You need to analyze your situation. Think what are your strengths as a partner, as a business partner. What are your weaknesses? Of course, play with your strength. Show your strength. Rather, don't show your weaknesses during the negotiations, but also be very well prepared with some scenarios. Don't go only with one scenario for the negotiations, because then if your partner is trying to achieve something else, then you are lost. Very often you cannot calculate very quickly what does it mean for you in terms of profitability, in terms of the volume or the conditions you are negotiating. So prepare a few scenarios, but know what is the minimum for yourself. And if you are not able to achieve the minimum to be successful, then you need to also be brave and say no, that you cannot negotiate less, let's say, or more. You need to stop on that level. People respect very much also the person who is able to say no, but be very well prepared with few scenarios.
Great. I think that is really important, knowing what we want to achieve, knowing where we are willing to take as a minimum and what we're willing to take as a maximum. I think that's really important while negotiating in any aspect. Our next question is, how do you think leadership will change in the next 10 or 15 years from now?
How the negotiations will change?
How leadership.
Leadership. I describe what I think about leadership in my presentation, this new type of leadership. But if you would like just to emphasize a few things, first of all, leadership should be about values, your personal values, trusting and value people, be more empathic, really care about people, developing a good environment for people, for their growth, for their development, self-development. Be a good role model. So what you say, act what you say, and show by yourself, by examples, not just talking, but via doing. Be a good coach, be a good mentor. And really, what is also important to create for the people a safety environment when they can really learn, make this mistake, show the room for the mistake, because you will never be successful in the business if you will not make a decisions. But it is not possible to take 100 good decisions. And so you need also to let your people as a leader to make the mistakes and learn by mistakes. So you need to create a safe environment when people can learn by mistakes, by acting, doing, taking decisions, creating new things. But people will not be creative, will be not innovative if you will not show them that they can make these mistakes. Because inventing the future is extremely interesting, but you will never know what decision is right or wrong. So I think that these are most important features for the leader. Empathy, being a team coach, trainer, acting by being a role model, not just talking but doing, and creating the safe environment for making these mistakes and for creativity.
Amazing answer. Thank you very much. So we would like to open mic if for the last two questions, if anyone wants to speak up or to ask on live the questions. So here is Raul.
Yes. Well, first of all, I would like to thank you. This has been an emotional roller coaster for me, so I think my words won't be enough for you. But for the question I have is, the first one is entrepreneurship the same for young people in Europe than in Latin America or in America as a whole? And also talking in terms of entrepreneurship, besides looking at trends and besides looking at necessities to fulfill and customer needs, and in your opinion, what is the main factors for future entrepreneurs to look when building or defining their purpose and defining where they want to take themselves, not only themselves, but other a community towards a business build? Yes. Thank you.
First of all, I very much believe in entrepreneurship, and I believe in creating new startups. I think that the future belongs to the new businesses, which we don't even know what it can be. Let's think about what has been created even within the last year. What kind of a part-time jobs has been created by the people who's been losing the job or losing the earnings opportunity, like bloggers. Bloggers year ago, that was just a passion, just a, I don't know, hobby. Now you can observe the bloggers who are earning a lot of money via conducting and running very good blogs, which are interested for other people. So this is like a new profession, being a blogger. Look at the Uber. Yeah, I don't know, do you have a kind of a Uber? Yeah, but in Europe, this is a fantastic opportunity for young people to have a taxi and to run on enterprise and enterprises like Uber. The same Uber Eats or the websites for the eating, for ordering food via online. Guys, year ago almost didn't exist. Now, when we have been locked and we couldn't go to the restaurants or even to do a good shopping, we are ordering food a lot via online. So a lot of small enterprises and startups now begin to be a really very profitable ones. So I think that, let's say psychologists, I think that almost everybody right now are going to a psychologist sessions, because as a human beings, we feel so unsafe and the future is so unpredictable that we need the human support. So another profession, business coaches or even human coaches, yoga mornings or exercises, supplementary of diets, or exercising together via online. This is a kind of the businesses which has been created just last year, and they are speeding up very much. And I don't think that there are the differences between Europe or other continents, because we as a human beings, we are the same, and we need the same, and we feel the same. We can have a different style of communication or expression, but we are the same, guys. So I think that there are not big differences between the continents. And there is an opportunity for really thousands of new startups and new ideas, how to create own small businesses. More, what I would like to say, that people right now like to be independent. They like to depend on themselves, because people less trust big corporations, which do the restructures, do the cut of the cost, cut of the employees. Unfortunately, of course, they need to do that, but this creates uncertainty for the people. So people like to manage their lives by themselves. And the best way to do that is to create own company, all small enterprise, to do the first good step. And guys, you are great in online. This is your water, yes, your universe. So I believe so much that future belongs to you guys.
Thank you very much for that amazing close-up. At least for time, we will end that session of Q and answer right now. So once again, thank you very much for your incredible conference. Having conversation with personalities like you
Thank you.
is definitely an amazing opportunity for each and every one of us to hear and learn about one of the most inspired trajectories in the business world internationally. And why not envision ourselves to follow the same path, no? So thank you for your time you took off your schedule and logging into the Zoom to share with us your experience and your knowledge.
Thank
Mrs.
you
Pap-
very much. Good luck, guys. Stay healthy.
We would also like to deliver you this digital recognition for your participation in today's conference and involvement with International Avenue by LASA BGV. From all the BGV community and Tecnológico de Monterrey, we thank you once again for your contribution to this event.
Thank you very much. Good luck for a future. And I really look forward to you being the most successful leaders in the world in a short future. Good luck. Thank you. Bye-bye.
We also want to take a picture if you just
Yes.
wait 1 minute with everyone. So if everyone wants to open your mic, please.
Your cameras. Perfect. So the ones that can, we would like to take an official picture with all of you. Thank you for connecting. So just smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. Just one more. And okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For
Bye-bye.
everyone else, bye. We want to remind you about following us on our BGV contact info on Instagram. And we also want to remember you about our next conferences at 2 p.m. with Ferrero and at 5 p.m. It's also about doing business in different regions. It is including North and Latin America, as well as Asia. Just wait a few minutes. We have a big surprise for you.
Perfect. So, Julio.
Hello. Well, for the next activity, we will now have the thing that you all been waiting for, the merch reveal for the SABGB. So for the merch reveal, now if you will share screen, we will now be we'll be selling Yetis or tumblers with the SABGB logo. If you can see it, we will send the link where the pictures are more clear. And for the activity, we will now have an activity that consists of a puzzle in which here it is the link, but if Donato, can you change the slide? There's also a QR code for you to just scan it and play the puzzle. And Adri, if you would explain what the activity, how can the people win the activity?
Yeah, so the first person that finishes the puzzles and uploads a story to their Instagram and tag us will get a discount on the Yeti, or I don't know how it's called, thermal. Yeah, so go do it and be the first one to have a special discount. So, are you already doing it, Julio? Do you want to win the discount?
I think better for someone else to win the discount, but I'm doing it. How about you?
Yeah, I'm entering right now also.
And how we're going to decide who wins the prize, like the discount?
The first one that uploads a story, like you have to run because the one that uploads it and tag us gets the discount.
Excellent.
This is difficult. Well, for me.
Yeah. Don't forget at savvyGV.ntiy.
So how are we doing, Adri? Is anyone tag us yet?
No, you still have a chance, so hurry up. Julio, do you have a guess of who is the amazing model in the photo?
I think that is our amazing Vice President, Pau. Am I correct, Pau?
Thank you, thank you. It was very difficult to take that photo.
Why? Tell us the story.
I used an umbrella as a tripod.
Amazing.
Creativity.
Are you studying BGB or photography? Because I think that's
Yeah.
We can do both.
perfect. Okay, so we'll give a few minutes for the winner of the discount. And of course, just to remember, we will see you at 2 p.m. at the Ferrero Rocher conference and with our amazing guest, Damiano Davio. So we will see you there. Please don't miss up, and remember, it's the same link